Hello students, myself Amrita Dhar, Assistant Professor of Electrical Engineering Department of Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management JIS Group. Now I will teach you switchgear and protection.
In this video, I will discuss about differential protection of alternator. This topic is included in Module 3 of the subject switchgear and protection. Subject code is EE/S5/SWGRP. The most common system used for the protection of stator winding faults employs circulating current principle. In this scheme of protection, currents at the two ends of the protected section are compared. Under normal operating condition, these currents are equal but become unequal on the occurrence of a fault in the protected section. The difference of the currents under fault condition is arranged to pass through the operating coil of the relay. The relay then closes its contacts to isolate protected section from the system. This form of protection is known as merge price circulating current scheme. Now this figure shows the schematic arrangement of current differential protection for a three-phase alternator. Now identical current transformers CT1 and CT2 are placed on either side of each phase of stator winding. The secondaries of each set of current transformer are connected in star. The two neutral points and corresponding terminals of two star group are being connected together by means of 4-core pilot cable. Thus, there is an independent path for the current circulating in each pair of current transformer and corresponding pilot P. The relay coils are connected in star and the neutral point being connected to the current transformer common neutral, and the outer ends one to each of the other three pilots. In order that burden on each current transformer is same, the relays are connected across equipotential points on the three pilot wires, and these equipotential points would naturally be located at the middle of the pilot wires. The relay are generally of electromagnetic type and arranged for instantaneous action, since fault should be cleared as quickly as possible. Next is the operation. Now it is clear from this picture that relays are connected in shunt across each circulating path. Relays are connected in shunt. Now therefore the circuit can be equivalent to this. The current at both ends of each winding will be equal, and hence the current in the secondaries of two CTs in any phase are equal. Current in this phase is equal. Current of phase R for both the CT secondary are equal. Similarly for phase Y. Similarly for phase B under normal operating condition. Now, therefore, there is a balanced circulating operating coils of the relay. When an arc fault or face-to-face fault occurs, this condition no longer holds good, and the differential current flowing through the relay circuit operates the relay to trip the circuit breaker. Suppose a fault occurs suppose an earth fault occurs on the phase R. An earth fault occurs on phase R due to breakdown of its insulation to earth, as you can show in this picture. Now the current in the affected phase will flow through the core and frame of the machine to earth, the circuit being completed through the neutral earthing resistance. The current in the secondaries of two CTs of phase R are not equal. Current in these CTs is not equal to current in these CTs. And the difference of two currents will flow through the corresponding relay coil. Here the corresponding relay coil is R1 because R1 is connected with CT1 and CT2 of R phase. So differential current is flowing through this relay coil R1. Returning via neutral pilot. Consequently, the relay operates to trip the circuit breaker. Now, if this the coil exits in this coil, this makes this plunger to pull out in the upward direction, and this closes the contacts of the trip circuit of the circuit breaker, and hence the circuit breaker break the circuit. Now imagine that a short circuit occur between phase Y and phase B. The short circuit currents circulate via neutral end connection through the two windings, and through the fault, as you can show by in this picture by this dotted line. Current is flowing in this direction. Now the currents in secondaries of two CTs in each affected phase will not equal, and the difference in current will flow through R2 and R3 because R2 and R3 are connected between phase Y and neutral and phase B and neutral respectively. Then the relay then closes its contacts to trip the circuit breaker. It may noted that the relay circuit is so arranged that its energized cause opening of the breaker connecting the alternator to the bus bar, and second opening the field circuit of the alternator. Now it is prevailing practice to mount current transformer CT1 in the neutral connection and the current transformer CT2 in the switchgear equipment. In some cases, the alternator is located at a considerable distance from the switchgear as the relays are located close to the circuit breaker. Therefore, it is convenient to connect the relay coils to the actual physical midpoints of the pilot wire. Under these circumstances, balancing resistance are inserted in the shorter length of the pilot wire so that the relay tappings point divided the whole secondary impedance of two sets of series into equal portion, and this arrangement is shown by this figure. Okay, these are the balancing resistance. These resistance are usually adjustable in order to maintain the exact balance. Now, what are the limitations of this scheme? The two circuits for alternator protection have their own limitations. It is general practice to use neutral earthing resistance in order to limit the destructive effects of the earth fault. In such situation, it is impossible to protect the whole stator winding of a star-connected alternator during earth fault. When an earth fault occurs near the neutral point, there may be insufficient voltage across the short-circuited portion to drive the necessary circuit round the fault circuit to operate the relay. The magnitude of unprotected zone depends upon the value of earthing resistance and relay setting. Makers of protective gear speak of protecting 80% of the winding, which means that faults in the 20% of winding near the neutral point cannot cause tripping. That is, this portion is unprotected, and it is usual practice to protect only 85% of the winding because the chances of an earth fault occurring near the neutral point are very rare due to the uniform insulation of the winding throughout. Now, modified differential protection for alternator which overcomes the disadvantages of the previous scheme. Now, if the neutral point of a star-connected alternator is earth through high resistance, the protection scheme shown in the previous slides will not provide sufficient sensitivity for earth faults. It is because the high earthing resistance will limit the earth fault current to a low value and necessitating relays with low current settings if adequate portion of the generator's winding is to be protected. However, too low a relay setting is undesirable for reliability stability on heavy through-phase fault. In order to overcome this difficulty, a modified form of differential protection is used in which setting of the earth fault is reduced without impairing stability. Now, in this figure, you can show the modified. In this figure, you can show the modified form of differential protection for alternator. The modification affect only the relay connection and consisting in connecting two relays for phase fault. Here two relays for phase fault are PC and PA, and balancing resistance BR, this resistance BR is are connected in star, and the earth fault relay is connected between this star point and the footwear of the circulating current pilot wire. So this relay is for earth fault and these relays are for winding fault or phase fault. Now, under normal operating condition, the current at the two ends of each stator winding are same. So therefore, there is a balanced circulating current in the phase pilot wire and no current flows through the operating coils PC and PA. Consequently, the relay remains inoperative. Now, if an earth fault occurs on any one phase, the out of balance secondary incidences in that phase will flow through the earth relay ER via the pilot wire S1 or S2 to the neutral of the current transformers. This will cause the operation of earth relay only. If a fault occurs between two phases, the out of balance current will circulate round the two transformer secondaries via any two of the coils PA or PC without passing through the earth relay. Therefore, only the phase relays will operate. Next one is the balanced earth fault protection. Now, in small size alternator, the neutral ends of the three-phase winding are often connected internally to a single terminal. So, three phases are not available outside the machine. Therefore, it is not possible to use March price circulating current principle because there are no facilities for accommodating the necessary current transformer in the neutral connection of each phase winding. Under these circumstances, it is considered sufficient to provide protection against earth fault only by the use of balanced earth fault protection scheme. This scheme provides no protection against face-to-face fault unless and until they develop into earth faults, as most of them will. Now this shows the schematic representation of balanced arc fault protection for alternator. It consists of 3-line transformer mounted on each face and having their secondaries are in parallel with that of a single current transformer in the conductor joining the start point of the alternator to earth. A relay is connected across the transformer secondaries. The protection against arc fault is limited to the region between the neutral and the line current transformer. Now under operating condition, the current flows in the alternator leads and hence the current flowing in the secondaries of the line current transformer at to 0 and no current flows through the relay. Also under this condition, the current in the neutral wire is 0 and the secondary of neutral current transformer supplies no current to relay. Now if an arc fault develops at F2 external to the protected zone, the sum of the current at terminals of an alternator is exactly equal to the current in the neutral connection and hence no current flows through the relay. When an arc fault occurs F1 within the protected zone, these current are no longer equal. The entering current to the alternator is no longer equal to the outgoing current of the alternator and the differential current flows through the operating coil of the relay. The relay then closes its contacts to disconnect the alternator from the system. Now March price circulating current system protects against phase to ground or phase to phase fault. It does not protect against turn to turn fault on the same phase winding of the stator. It is because the current that this type of fault produces flows in a local circuit between the turns involved and does not create a difference between the currents entering and leaving the winding as its two ends where the current transformer are applied. However, it is usually considered unnecessary to provide protection for interturn faults because they invariably develop into arc fault. Now, in single turn generator, large steam time generator, there is no necessity of protection against interturn fault. However, interturn protection is provided for multi-turn generators such as hydroelectric generators. These generators have double winding armature, that is phase winding is divided into two halves owing to very heavy current which they have to carry. Now advantages may be taken of this necessity to protect the interturn fault on the same winding. Now this figure shows the schematic representation of the circulating current and interturn protection of a three-phase double-wound generator. The relay coil RC provide protection against phase to ground and phase to phase fault, whereas the relays R1 provides protection against stator interturn fault. Now the duplicate stator winding S1 and S2 only with the provision against interturn faults. Two current transformers are connected on the circulating current principle. Under normal operating condition, the current in the stator winding S1 and S2 are equal and so will be the current in the secondaries of the two CTs. The secondary current round the loop, then in the same at all points, no current flows through the relay R1. Now if a short circuit develops between adjacent turns, say S1, the current in the stator winding S1 and S2 no longer equal, and therefore unequal current will flow through the relay R1 and the relay then closes its contacts to clear the generator from the system. Next is a numerical problem. A star-connected 3-phase 10 MVA 6.6 kV alternator has a per-phase reactance of 10%. It is protected by Mach price circulating current principle, which is said to operate for fault current not less than 175 ampere. Calculate the value of earthing resistance to be provided in order to ensure that only 10% of the alternator winding remains unprotected. Now let R ohm be the earthing resistance required to leave 10% of the winding protected. The whole arrangement is shown by this figure. The voltage per phase is equal to line voltage by root 3, and as the line voltage is given into kV, we convert into volt, so we multiplied it by 10 cube, and the voltage per phase is 3810 volt. Next, full load current I is equal to power by root 3 into voltage, and we convert MVA into VA and kV into V, so the full load current is 875 ampere. Let the reactance per phase be X ohm. Now 10 equals to root 3x 875 by 6600 into 100. So from this equation, X is equal to 0.436 ohm. Now reactance of 10% winding, it's multiplied the reactance per phase by 0.1. So it's equal to 0.0436 ohm, and EMF induced in 10% winding, V phase into 0.1, that is 3810 into 0.1, 381 volt. Now impedance offered to the fault by 10% winding is root over reactance square plus resistance square, and earth fault current due to 10% winding is 381, that is the EMF induced in 10% winding by ZF. ZF is the impedance offered to fault by 10% winding. Now when this current flows, current becomes 175, the relay trips, so we put 175 equals to 380 root over 0.0436 square plus R square, and from this equation we solve R, which is equal to 2.171 ohm.